Welcome guys, today we'll learn how to build our own character to come alive on the screen. Open Scratch. If you have Scratch installed, if you don't have it open, you can click on a new project, which is something like this. Then the default sprite we have here is a cat, which we can actually delete the cat by coming over here to delete the cat. Then you can add any other sprite you want. So to add a new sprite, you click over here in the sprite library and pick a sprite you want to add. I'll be adding a beetle on the screen. Now we have our blocks palette here, and we have for each blocks palette we have different blocks here for them. So today we are going to make this beetle move 10 steps forward. We need to use some of the motion blocks that are here. We have move 10 steps. So if I add it, click on the cat. If we click on this, you see the cat moves 10 steps forward. Then we have the turn degree. Click on it, you see the cat turns 15 degree. Cat turns 15 degree. So this is actually how you use these blocks to perform an action on this character. So we are going to use an event. Event is actually what triggers what you use that will start something. So let's say for instance we want this cat to take action. We use an event. We have different types of events here. When the sprite is clicked, let's use this. And we want it to move for a number of steps. So if we add the move 10 steps over here and want it to turn 180 degree, because 180 degree is to change opposite direction, we type 180 degree and we say move 10 steps again and turn 180 degree again. So the event we selected there was when the sprite is clicked. So even though when you click the green flag, it won't work until you click the sprite. So when you click the sprite, watch what happens when the sprite is clicked. Click on the sprite now, but it looks as if it's not moving. Why? Because it's moving very fast and we cannot understand it. So how do we now make it look as if it's something that is moving without making it obvious? I will see that it's rotating, but we can't see it because it's moving very fast. So let's put a wait block. We'll come over here, control, we say wait for 1 second. If we add it here, now let's run it again. So when we click the sprite, you see it waits for 1 second, then it turns back. So the blocks we are doing makes it move very fast, so we cannot identify, oh, this sprite is rotating fast. But because we added a control block, which is a wait, what does it do? So you move forward and then wait for a second and move backward. So if we increase this to 2 seconds and click on the sprite, you see wait for 2 seconds. So over here you see if I click the green flag, nothing happens, but if I click on the sprite, it moves with 2 seconds and move back. So that's the action that we want it to perform. So this is actually how to do. So if you want it to move more steps, you can increase the number of steps, like say let's put 30 steps. Then over here we change it to 30 steps. Then when we run the code again, click on the sprite, but it's not really obvious because it's just changing. Why? Because when it moves, we don't notice it moving. So how do we do that? So over here, you come here, instead of 30 steps, you can say, okay, move 10 steps. Then we wait for 1 second, go back to motion block, move on that 10 steps. Then we'll do the same thing here. We say move 10 steps, wait for 1 second, control, then move on that 10 steps before you turn. So if we do that, click on our sprite and let's see, you can see it moves and stop and rotate. So that's actually what they do. So but if we want it to move forward, we can use what they call glide. So glide wants it to move from a position to another position. So we can use to a random position. This glide is actually different from moving. So or you can say go to a random position, you see it move to a random position, but gliding means it slides a particular position. So we will replace this. We'll replace this block with glide to a random position, then put turn 180 degree, then wait for 2 seconds, then remove this, glide to that position, and turn 180 degrees, move this. So let's see what happens. When we click on the sprite, it turns, it moves a random position, it turns. So you click on it, it moves a random position, it turns. You see it's gliding for 1 second. So now if we want it to glide in a way that it will be visible, then you just need to increase the number of seconds. Let's say 5 seconds, and over here 5 seconds. When we open it and click on the sprite, you see You see it moving to a random position. Now we didn't select any position yet, so that's why it's gliding to a random position, a different position entirely. So that's for that. We'll be doing one more thing where we want to add a looks, where we want to add personality to it, where it's like saying something, wanting to say something for a number of steps. So how do we do that? We come over to looks and we say hello for 2 seconds. We add a block over here. We can add this say hello for 2 seconds, and when we do that, you come here and let's click on it again. Moves hello for 2 seconds, then moves again. So this is actually how we add a personality to it. So this is what we have built so far. I don't want this to be much. It's just a basic moving the sprite along. Now it's now your turn to actually build your own. You can actually change the background to make it look like a real garden. You can come over here to add the garden backdrop that looks like a garden. You can add on that second sprite that will interact with this character, and then you can also make the sprite dance or walk, the second one you're adding. So we just build a simple animation in scratch. So you can actually subscribe to this channel, Kinspire Tech, where we'll be building STEM projects every week. Next time we'll make a better character where we're working on a project where the both of them can talk. Until then, see you